Summer is often described as a season of joy, sunshine, vacation, barbecues, concerts, fashion, and carefree vibes. But for many people, summer also means a season of excessive spending and blowing through your budget. The warm weather and the longer days, because we have more sunlight in the summer, entices people to go out more, stay out longer, spend more, and justify their excess splurge because you only live once, or they fear missing out. FOMO. And because of the social pressures that we face on our day-to-day life in the summer and on social media, when you see people posting their summer fun and you don't want to feel like you're being left behind, this is what would lead a lot of people to disregarding their budgets, going out, trying to have as much fun as they can, post it on social media, all in the name of living their life, leading them into debt traps that would take way past the summer to resolve. While making memories is important, so is preserving your financial health, not just for your present, but also for your future. Finding balance between enjoying the summer, having fun, making memories, spending time with the people you love, all while also saving is key. So let's talk about this. Why this summer you should save money. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. This is Social Patience and I Am Patience, and on this channel we have conversations about society's impacts on our lives and our finances and how we can take back that power and make more intentional decisions to help us become financially independent. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button and also hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Welcome to today's video about saving money this summer, and we're going to delve right into it. We're going to start with the cost of summer, how this season feels overspending. From weekend getaways to destination vacations to rooftop brunches, festivals, weddings, and trendy summer wardrobes, summer can become a financial whirlwind, and many people underestimate just how much these experiences add up. A few $20 dinners here and there, getting some lunch with your friends, brunch on Sundays adds up quickly. Going to a concert here and there, buying the new sandals because it goes with your summer dress, and even just grabbing drinks on a random weekend night because the weather is way too nice to go to bed this early. That adds up too. Add in some cute swimwears that may never even see a pool or beach, and you already have hundreds of dollars and maybe even thousands of dollars that you have spent that may not have even been in your budget. And surveys have actually been conducted to see spending in the summer, and it did confirm that a 2023 survey found out that the average American spent over $2,200 on summer activities, and majority of that spending went on credit cards, often because they didn't have the money to cover it and they hadn't budgeted or planned for these activities. And the cultural phenomenon known as FOMO encourages impulsive decision making and therefore impulsive spending. Why skip brunch when everybody is going? Everybody's going on this trip, so why do I have to stay home? I'm trying to make memories with my friends. I mean, I'm working so hard, so why can't I go out for this dinner? Why can't I go to this party that is across the states because everybody else is going? Everybody's gonna be there. They're gonna notice that I'm not there. And these patterns quickly become habits. Saying it's just one night is never just one night. It becomes a pattern, and then it becomes every weekend or every other weekend. And therefore you're spending a lot of money that you probably didn't anticipate. And I'd like to acknowledge that even I realize that I have a finite number of summers. When you think about the scope of your life and how many summers that you have and how many summers that you have in your youth, I'm in my 20s. I'm about to be 25 later this summer. And even I can acknowledge that I have 5 more summers till I'm 30, and how many more do I have for the rest of my life? I don't know. A lot of people want to enjoy the summers of their youth rather than the summers of old, and that's understandable. But what we should also understand is that racking up debt in the name of fun, in the name of summer, can lead us into situations that will prevent us from enjoying our future summers and our future in general. They will inevitably create long-term financial stress and delay life goals that are year-round, well beyond the summer, such as being debt-free, having a fully funded emergency fund, saving for a house, maybe buying a car, maybe even continuing your education, having children, giving your children a certain life standard that you have in mind. All of these can be affected by accumulated $2,200 every summer that you spend that you didn't budget for. that's going on credit cards, creating more debt for you. And with life expectancy at 77 years old, we have to grapple with the fact that the summers of our old will not be the same, but hopefully we would have saved enough money in retirement accounts to allow us to still enjoy life when we are old. And that's something I always have to think about. You're never gonna have the summers in your 20s and 30s that you're gonna have in your 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and maybe even 80s if you're lucky to live that long. But you still want to enjoy your summer. You're never just gonna stop wanting to enjoy your summer after the age of 60. You're still gonna want to have fun. You may want to go spend time with your family. You want to take trips of lifetimes. You may retire and have so much time that you want to do other things beyond just the summers of your 20s. You're never going to want to stop exploring. If you like traveling, you're not going to want to stop traveling because you're in your 60s. If you're in good health, you would still want to travel. Looking at life as a journey rather than just, I have 10 summers between 20 and 30. And I have to have as much fun between those times as possible. That's not a good way to look at it. But summers are still meant to be enjoyed. I know I'm enjoying my summer. So let's talk about mindful enjoyment. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have fun. And that's the good news. Summer fun doesn't have to come with a hefty price tag. There are countless free and low-cost ways to enjoy the season. I mean, there's so much going on all over. And depending on where you're living, it could be even more that you may not know. So let's explore. One thing you can do is take it upon yourself to host a potluck or a picnic with your friends and families. And of course, you want to eat only from people that you know are clean. I mean, that's my thing about potlucks, I've seen way too many videos on social media of people with their dogs and licking spoons and putting it back in. I'm a little cautious, but with close friends and families that you can host a picnic and have people bring food and you can each spend time together. That really doesn't cost much except for the food that you're obviously cooking. But that's a way of connecting with people. And because the entry cost is so low, more people that you care about can enjoy it as well. And they don't have to feel financially strapped. And you're not, in a way, influencing them to spend beyond their budget because they can do this for a very low cost. Sometimes even food they already were going to buy for their homes anyway. Another thing is to tap in with your general community. Go to the community centers and find out what is going on. Some things that can be going on in free concerts. I've been to free concerts when I used to live in the DMV area. They used to host them throughout the summer. There are also free movies that sometimes can be showing to the community and just some other community events that you don't know about, such as like African Day or specific cultural day, or even something that's like back to school events. There's so many of these going on. When I used to live in the DMV area, there was so much free things to do in the summer. Starting April with the cherry blossom festivals, it was so fun. Being able to go also to the Smithsonian, spend the entire day there. There's so much to do. And there was also folk-like festivals which were free, and they'll have free concerts. So each year a different country will come and then do exhibits. You have to pay for food and you have to pay for any type of souvenirs that you want to buy. But typically they were very affordable to go, and because you're going for free, you can budget a few dollars here and there to spend on food, trying their cultural food, and then also to buy a few souvenirs here and there. But if you do want to spend money, you just have to make sure you take your water and your lunch, which, I mean, the lunch thing must be a little difficult. My point being that there was a lot of free fun you could tap into. The next thing is exploration, which is going hiking. I mean, I'm into hiking right now. I'm hiking like at least once a month with people from my church community, and it's been a good bonding experience. You can also explore beaches. I'm not a beach person, but some people are, and typically beaches are free. And you can also explore lakes. There's so much in nature that you can do for free. You can also host people in your home. I actually did this for my last birthday, instead of going out and spending lots of money. I invited people into my home. I did have to buy groceries because I was the one catering. It was my birthday. Cooked, we bonded. You can do a game night. I mean, I've been trying to get my friends together more and more now that I have more time from school, and just connecting with them. It's not always about spending money, going out and eating. You can also just come together and chill. Your home can be the third space for them, and then their home can be a third space for you. It doesn't always have to be somewhere where you have to spend money. Bonding and building ties with people is all about spending time together. Sometimes your home is a perfect place to do so. Also, you can utilize your library. I just got a library card and I moved here like 3 years ago. And I used to have a library card in my previous place and I used to borrow so many books. I definitely borrowed over 100 books. I did live there for like 10 years and each year I'll borrow so many books. I definitely utilize my card when I was in Maryland, and now that I'm here, I'm getting back into my reading bag. I already read 4 books this year. I'm reading 3 more right now, and the whole point of doing this is to open my mind, but also to read books that my friends have read and we can discuss it. So starting a free hobby like that is really good. You can also rent movies and audiobooks from your local library. There's so much there that's for free that a lot of people don't take advantage of. Tap into it. And the last but absolutely not the least of my suggestion is to start some other type of hobby that it could cost a little bit of money, but it's not too pricey, and you can also do it with other people, such as photography. You can share that on social media. If you're going to places and then you wanted to take some pictures, or you want to just focus and learn some free techniques on YouTube and then go outside and practice in nature, that is very good. Nowadays, you can do that on your phone. You don't have to buy a $5,000 camera to get into photography. You can also do painting. Painting, now you have to buy the paints, maybe the canvas, but you can start small. Start with drawing on a piece of paper and then grow that. And when you get more into it, then you can invest a little bit at a time into your hobby. Also, the summertime is a great time to start gardening. And yes, you have to buy the soil and maybe the potting if you don't have that already. You can use the seeds from your regular cooking to plant it. When I did start my garden like 2 summers ago, that's what I did. Instead of going out and buying little plants for like $10, I just used the seeds for my regular cooking, the vegetables that I did buy from the store, and I just take the seeds and I planted them and they work just fine. You do have to go into this knowing and believing that mindful spending does not mean depriving yourself, but rather thinking beyond this summer and thinking beyond the present.
I was thinking we should take a vacation.
You want to take a vacation? All right, so let's start a savings plan, and then by the time we save our money up, we can go on vacation.
What? No, can't we just put it on a credit card and pay it off?
You serious?
Mm-hmm.
You rather get in debt and pay interest than to save up and go with the money that we earn to
I'm
go
not
on
even
vacation?
thinking about that. I'm just like, yo, we have a long time without doing anything outside the house. Like, a vacation would be nice. And if we could just put it on a card and then pay it off slowly, to me, it just doesn't make a difference.
If we have a long time without doing anything, we can wait a little bit longer to save some money up.
It's going to take man long to save money to then take a vacation, next year?
I'm not getting into more debt just to go on vacation. We could just save some money up, put it aside, and we use that.
Looking at your position, looking at how you want to improve your present and your future. And it doesn't have to be far future. It could literally be like next year goals. And this means choosing intentional experiences that align with your values and your budgeting, and practicing gratitude for what you already have: a roof over your head, good company, and access to nature. And this can help ground you and reduce the consistent desire for more and more. But you might still want to spend a little something here and there. So let's go into the next section, which I've titled Smart Summer Budgeting, Planning for Fun and Savings. So to be financially grounded this summer, you want to start with a budget. I always quote that saying, you can't manage what you don't measure. So if you want to have fun, if you want to save, you have to start measuring those. List your potential expenses. Where do you want to go? If you want to take a trip this summer, list it out. What would it cost to go on that trip? If you want to take little weekend trips, what would that cost? Maybe you just want to do some day trips. What would that cost? And just listing it out and knowing is a step that would change so much of your financial picture, because you are confronting the truth and dealing with it before you have come out of it. And this also gives you the opportunity to make alterations. So let's say that you wanted to take a flight to Houston, but you listed out and then the hotel stay for 2 nights, and then the cost of food and transportation while you're there. But then you decide, oh, what if I drive there? It might be 4 hours instead of a 1-hour flight. But if I drive there, I can save money on the plane ticket. I wouldn't have to rent a car because I'll already have my car there to take me around. I'll have increased cost of gas, but I'll be saving on plane tickets and I'll be saving on transportation there. But then even beyond that, maybe you can go with more people, split a hotel room with your friend, of course, a close friend. Things that you can make changes here and there if you budget, rather than just impromptu getting up, not planning anything, just taking a flight there and then enjoying that time, coming back and having to deal with money that's already been spent. It's better to manage money while you have it, while you've not spent it yet, than after. And this will lead you to number 2, tracking your expenses in real time. Don't just let the high of life get to you and stop you from tracking as you're spending. Be mindful. If you give yourself $20 for lunch that day. Spend that $20, but don't go ahead and spend more than that. Otherwise, those add up so much quicker. You may think it's just $20, maybe it's just an extra $5, an extra $10, and you do that for every single meal, and then after you come back, you've spent over $100 in meals. But you probably did that for other things as well. So all that money adds up, and if you do it enough time, it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. The next thing you want to do is set a fund for your fun. And this looks like just budgeting and saying, okay, this summer I am going to spend $3,000 on all of my summer fun. This will be enough to cover my activities, and then you have to divvy it up. Prioritize what you want more than others, and know that the next summer you can probably do more. If you are able to manage your finances this summer, next summer you might have $3,500, you might have $4,000. You don't have to do everything this summer. You can save some for the next summer and the summer after that. And even while you're enjoying your summer fun, you want to practice delayed gratification. Even if you see a souvenir and you're like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Wait, give yourself a chance to think beyond. Don't make any major or important decisions on the fly while you're happy, while you're sad, while you're in some form of extreme emotion, because you might come down from that emotion and have great regrets. And you don't want that to be what your summer looks like, consistently making decisions that you end up regretting. And through all this, you still want to prioritize saving for a fully funded emergency fund, and saving for your retirement. Continue your retirement savings. Don't stop your 401k because of summer. Don't stop your HSA because of summer. Continue to save. Continue to prioritize saving for the future. And when you're able to get that balance, you will not feel bad and say, oh, I spent my money all this summer, now I have nothing. You will still have money in savings. You have spent what you allocated to spend during the summer, and you will feel good, and it will not be something that is clouded in regret. And I always like to remember that saving is not about restriction. It's about freedom. Freedom today and freedom in the future. The freedom to say no to financial stress, the freedom to make decisions from a place of financial stability, and the freedom to enjoy your future just as much as your present. Now let's move on to the conclusion. Summer should be about joy. It should be about connection and rejuvenation, not credit card debt, impulse purchasing, and financial regret. While it's tempting to say yes to every event and upgrade, true abundance comes from being able to enjoy life without consistently worrying about money. Practicing financial mindfulness now means creating a future where every summer can be celebrated and not feared. So go ahead and make memories, but let those memories include a peace of mind as well. And with that, I'm bringing this video to an end. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. And let me know what your summer plans are. Do you plan to save money this summer? Is this video going to help you not get into credit card debt? What does your summer patterns look like? Have you analyzed it? Have you ever reflected as to what happens to your finances during the summer? Is it a good thing? Maybe something you're not so proud of? And know that it's never too late. This summer could be the change towards a better future. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.